Can you understand why Harry Kane has made this particular move and decided to leave Spurs?
Probably because it was the only one. It was the only one. I'm quite shocked. People go, oh, you know, I'm sure Daniel Levy would have sold him to him and that team or that team. I think if someone would have come up with £100 million, I think he would have sold them. Obviously not Chelsea or Arsenal, but I think he would have sold them to Man United. I'm quite shocked. I'm shocked. I'm gutted as well. I'm not a Tottenham fan, but I'm a big fan of Harry Kane. I love watching Harry Kane play, and I think he'll be a massive miss, especially for Tottenham, but for everybody else who watches football. For me, he's the best centre-forward in the world of football, in my opinion, and I think it's a major signing. It gives Bayern Munich a chance of winning the Champions League. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know, he will score 40, 50 goals over there, no problem. You know, and I think he's a bit disappointed that no one's come in for him. I really think Levy's hung out. He's got the 100, and I think there's a lot of clubs today will be thinking, if we'd have just dipped in at that 100 and give it a go, I wonder what would have happened.
But Clinton, Levy was never going to want a situation, surely, was he, where some point this season Harry Kane is walking out of the tunnel in, say, the red of Manchester United or another Premier League colour. This makes it a little bit more... It's tough, of course it is for the Spurs fans, perhaps a little bit more palatable that he won't be playing in the Premier League next season. Big blow, though, it is for the league. Yeah,
it's a big blow for the league. I agree with Matt. He's one of my favourite strikers. You look at Harry Kane, he's phenomenal, to be fair. But I think if Levy was only going to sell him to someone like a Bayern Munich, not to a rival like a Man United, even though I know we're going to get into that debate and a lot of people don't think Tottenham will be rivaling anyone this season. But he's a phenomenal striker. And it's these sort of people, when you see him leave the Premier League, you are gutted. But he wants to go and win things, and that's the biggest problem at the moment. He hasn't been winning things at Tottenham, so he wanted to go and win things. I thought someone like a Man United would come in for Harry Kane and he'll take them to the next level. But you wish him well. 4 years there, he's still got time to come back. There's only one man who's happy that he's gone there, and that's Alan Shearer, because now his record's still intact for now. I hear a lot of people saying Harry Kane will come back after 2 years. He won't come back after 2 years. You think Bayern Munich are going to let him go after paying that much money and giving the wages he
could get a winner's medal tonight at the German Super Cup.
Yeah,
if
he can,
plays.
and he probably will do. Because all the talk is he will probably get some minutes today and get it. But I think it's Champions League. They'll go far in the Champions League, and he could be that extra little source that they needed to take them over the line.
And Chris, understandably, there's been so much talk in the last few days, in the last few weeks, in fact, if he was going to make the move about that Alan Shearer record. But as a player... Yeah, records are terrific, but it's winners' medals you want, because records can be broken, medals can't be taken away.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a player you always want to win things. I mean, I don't know what was more disappointing, the Spurs fans' face or my big mate along here at the end when the news broke.
I was waiting for that.
He was struggling.
He is struggling.
He was struggling to get over it. Struggling to get over it. It's going to take a while, I must say.
But suit today.
But I mean, I think, you know, in terms of the goal score, it's not until you finish that you look back and, you know, Alan Shearer would just continue to score goal after goal after goal. But it's not until you finish you look back and say, right, OK, I've achieved that. But at this moment in time, I mean, Harry Kane will just be looking to get off the map now for Bayern Munich. It's in the past. Spurs, his Premier League goal scoring, nobody's going to take that away from him. You know, as Clinton said, there might be an opportunity for him to come back in the future. And sometimes when you do go away from home, it takes time to settle. I don't think that'll be the case with Harry Kane. And a lot of people, as Clinton said there, you know, he might not come home in 2 or 3 years or whatever, but he could. Because if he doesn't enjoy it, there's always going to be someone come back, someone going to take him. So, as I said, it's a big move from him. It's brave, because a lot of people would have just stayed. But, you know, as you say...
Why is it brave, given their record?
Well, I think you can stay in the comfort zone and stay at home. You know, let's be realistic, he's not going to need money when he finishes. You can look back and say that, you know, in terms of winning things, but not everybody wins. To move, he's got a young family, settled, you know, the captain of England, to move away from, you know, arguably the best league in the world, the Premier League, it is, you know, it's a big challenge for him, but I'm sure it's one he's looking forward to.
It's a big move. You know, wife expecting a baby, moving the family over. You know, it's all right for him. He plays every day. He'll be at training every day. He'll be... It's you know, hopefully it's something that they've sat down and thought about, and it's.
But you know, this is the kind of club that will look after you as a family. The way it's run.
Every club does. Every club looks after you. You know, when you go wherever you go, they always look after you because you're an asset. So they want to make sure. But that's all right saying that. You know, you go into a different country, you're out training, you're travelling away to games, you're travelling to Europe. Your wife's got to stay there. You know, and it's a hard thing. Hopefully they've sat down and talked about this for a long time because. you know, for me, I just can't believe no one's coming from in this country.
Well, I'm surprised, first and foremost. I'm with Mercer. I'm surprised no one in the Premier League came in.
Why do you think they didn't? Was it purely the price tag?
Well, I look and think Chelsea, he couldn't go there. Arsenal wouldn't. I'm surprised Manchester United, they go and pay 72, 75 million for Rasmus Højlund. Go and pay another £25 million for Harry Kane, in my opinion, because I think he's that good. And that's why, one, it weakens Spurs, and one, we're losing one of the best strikers in the world from the Premier League. And I love watching him week in, week out, and I've sat on this show week after week and only applauded him. He's an absolute gem. And he will go and score goals. He'll score goals for the rest of his career. And it's just a massive loss for Spurs and the Premier League, in my opinion.
Where do Tottenham finish next season without him?
Well, I heard what you said in...
Just remind us, Paul, what you said on Tuesday. Sat in that seat.
I think they struggled to get in the top half of the table this season.
Really, Merce?
Really?
Top half?
I do.
So
Come on, Merce.
I'm not because it's Arsenal, Tottenham. You know, I'm not a problem. You're taking 30. He scored 30 league goals last season.
Yeah.
30 league goals. You know, Haaland scored 36 playing in the best team in the world of football. He scored that playing at Tottenham, who finished what, 8th last season. They finished 8th with his 30 goals. Who's getting them 30 goals this season?
2 points behind Brighton in 6th, and we spoke. I mean, look, Spurs were well below par last year.
I'm just saying, you've just taken them 30 goals away. Now we've got to start sharing them out. Where are we sharing them?
Well, Son's got to improve.
What?
Son's got to improve. He scored 10 last year.
Yeah, seven for Brazil.
I think he'll get better.
He'll get more goals. James Maddison we brought in.
Yeah, but I sat on here. I must have sat on here 15 times last season going, wait till Leicester get Maddison back, they'll stay up. He come back, they went down.
He creates.
But who's he passing to now?
Well, Richarlison's going to have to... will Son go through the middle? Richarlison, Kulusevski. They're going to have to reinvest that money. Yeah. And one player for me that I think, look, he can't play at this moment in time, I said he could go up to Manchester United. Ivan Toney. Go out and sign him.
He can't play till January.
No, I can't till January.
He can't play till January.
We'll wait till that. This is going to be a rebuilding block for Ange Postecoglou at the moment for Spurs. They were 8th last year, and they will be in the top half, that's for sure. Who else is going to break in? Chelsea are going to improve. Fulham 10th, Brentford 9th. They will finish above them. Chelsea could finish above them. I get that. But they need a striker to come in.
But they're not. They won't be outside. They won't be able to get a striker. Not a striker that can do what Harry Kane can do.
Irreplaceable.
Of course he is.
No one
the
can
only
do
one
that,
who can
Clint.
rival him is obviously Haaland, who did it in a brilliant Man City team. So it's gonna be a struggle. I can hear where Merce is saying about that, because Richarlison, I know he didn't get enough minutes, but he scored 1 Premier League goal. And when he did get the minutes, you're thinking, where's the goals going to come from? Son wasn't his same last season. He wasn't scoring enough goals. Kulusevski now, Maddison, they're going to have to share the goals. But it's happened 2 weeks before the deadline, and now Tottenham have to bring in a replacement.
You should get the boots
there's
back
no
on.
one.
But the problem with Tottenham they get held to ransom. They've got £100 million to spend because they've been paid a lot. I don't know how much up front, but a lot of it up front. Other clubs are going to go, well, you're desperate. You know, like what's happening with Liverpool and Chelsea with Caicedo we'll talk about later.
They paid 60 million for Richarlison a year ago and he didn't really kick a ball. So now he's got his chance. And he has to step up to the man. No one's going to be Harry Kane. That has took years and years to find a player of his calibre.
It's just the goals he's going.
I agree with that, but Merce, no.
Chris, you know Ange Postecoglou well, of course, from his time as Celtic. He's had so much to deal with just in terms of this. But I guess the one positive for him is that the questions about Harry Kane now finished. Because had he stayed, they'd have carried on. They'd have gone probably into January as well. But how will he cope, A, with the pressure this now puts on him to find some kind of replacement, and how Spurs carry on without a 30-goal striker?
I don't think there's obviously pressure on every manager, but I don't think there's that much pressure on Ange Postecoglou, because it was similar to when he came in at Celtic as well, in terms of there's a rebuilding job needing done. Tottenham have underachieved for years, so there's not going to be any pressure on Ange Postecoglou to go and deliver a trophy, this season. I think that the Tottenham fans, and Doss will be able to tell me better, but they want a style of football that's attractive, that's easy in the eye to watch. And Ange Postecoglou will bring that. There's no doubt about it. They'll lose, they'll concede goals, but they'll lose games. They might lose games heavily, but they will be entertained. He plays in the front foot, aggressive. The players that he will bring in or get the better out of the ones that have been underperforming. When you look at the Tottenham managers that he's replaced, it was all hang in a game, sit in, try and force up. Where he will go for the opposition. He'll try and win a game of football.
Try and win a game. That changes now when you ain't got Harry Kane, surely. Do you know what I mean? I like him. It takes pressure off him now. I don't think there's as much pressure on him now as what there was with Harry Kane in the team. I think people now look back and go, you know, they're going to struggle, Tottenham, a bit. But it's hard to play that attacking football if you haven't got Harry Kane.